And what's up, YouTube? This is Dantes Lindsay. I am the general manager of Ducks Trading LLC, as well as the lead trainer of Stockcraft. Before I go any further, I just want to say I am not a financial advisor, and I am not going to leave you empty-handed. So let's get into the video content. So today we're going to talk about getting into the mindset of the trader. And to do that, I'm just going to show you a few clips of videos I made very recently, like within 10 minutes, within like an hour or two. And in this video, you're pretty much going to just see a little bit of what FOMO looks like, dig deep inside of how a long kind of thinks like, a short seller thinks, and we're just going to broach the mindset of a trader. So let's get into the video. So first thing I want to show you is I made a recap around like 2:42 Eastern. And so the market closes 4 o'clock on Eastern time. And I'll show you how, I had a lot of energy then. And I'm like, all right, let's just do a quick recap of why I went in this. I got distracted by the stock. But what was I say? And that's also ISUN, and I had another one. I think it was SEV. So SEV, this was one. It's only been open for like 2 days, but I saw it had like a pretty like decent run up from like, I think it was 30 to like 53. And when I saw like a really big dip that showed that like momentum was lost, I really wanted to get in that, and I was going to size in half, but you could see what happened. What really happened was like, we got into the stream, forgot about the SEV, and then what do you call it? It was another ticker that was like catching my attention at that time, and I missed that too. I'm glad I came back, and I made a buy, and I made the buy off of the dip here, and I was actually supposed to buy this like as soon as I started the stream around like 6:20, because it's around 2:30 right now. So liquidity. Okay, so what I was saying right there is there's a ticker called ASUN. This was a bounce short in the morning during the pre-market. It was it'll be easier to show you, but like it was a bounce short that failed pretty early in the pre-market. SEV, this is a IPO or a stock that just opened like 2 days ago, and it's in the $50. And usually when you have a penny stock like open pretty soon, and like you see some type of big run up from something with a decent sized market cap, even though I couldn't really find the statistics on this, I still recognize that the fundamentals are weak enough that if you open that big, you're coming down. And basically I wanted to go in half at the open just off of that fundamental knowledge I had. And so I already took this as like, I took one loss, or I took one miss. Then I took like another miss over SEV. And then the rest of it was just, giving advice to the people in the stream / like answering questions about Stockcraft and things like that. But after someone in the chat room said, hey, LGVN is halted, that's where I came in, and I see the top is 7.77 at that point, and I know the float is 3 million. And so during that time, I made a very quick analysis. I'm like, okay, people look like they've already been squeezed twice. It already has 100 million volume at that point, and that's what I'm pointing to right now. And so I'm just like, hey, they already had 100 million volume at this point, and I think this is going to squeeze a third time. And I'm like, how much squeeze does this have in it left? And at the time, I'm just like, this is going to go up to like 180%, and then it's going to drop. It did do that. It dropped, but it found some support. And so when it went up to 7.7, then came back, I had a little bit of FOMO. I'm like, man, I kind of wanted to short at 7 and then risk the top. And then it came back. It gave me that chance, and I'm like, I don't think this is it. This float is a micro float. I see the price right now. Uh, nah, I think it can pull back a lot more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I do want to start sizing in a little bit though. I just wanted to, like, it just recognized that it found support here at like 6, and it tested it at least like 3 times. But the main thing is I wanted to show some type of dip, then some type of pullback, give some people some time to dip by. We're gonna feel FOMO up to this point, and then they're gonna want to go in, just like I just did right there. In this case, I don't want to go long, or what do you call it? I don't want to go short. Just because this has a lot of volume, it's still a low float, and the amount of reward in this has already been taken away. I feel like it's better to just buy at this point. But we look like we're getting some solid volume coming in at like at least 2,000 at a time, like every second. Okay, it just sped up to like 6 and went back to 5. Okay, yeah, now this is where we should be buying. Because you see the volume speeding up. That means it's filling the gap. And so if you look at like the candle being created right now, like if these are all 1 million, look at how much, what do you call it? So notice how I look a little panic or flustered or something. Like I'm trying to rack my brain as fast as possible because I realize this is a sensitive area and momentum's coming in. It's, like an ABC pattern. It's already past 2:30. So everybody recognizes like an ABC pattern. So you got your A, it pulls back, you got your B, and then this is the start of the C. What's going to happen is it's going to pull back, and then it's going to get to this point again, and then that's where it's going to take off. Now around this point, that's where it's going to be 3 o'clock. It's going to be 3 o'clock, 3:30, something around that area, and that's what I'm aiming for. Now this right here, this could be the takeoff, but I think it's still going to need a little bit more time. And you're probably not going to see that in this video. I just wanted to like give you my thought process while I'm looking at this. But back to what I was showing you. Yeah, so I basically just went in and I put in 2,000 shares, wrote it up to halfway. I started getting too into the video, but pretty much, I when I pulled up StockCraft, I explained like a basic ABCD pattern and how, just like on this side, it had a similar kind of pattern. I got to it too soon on this side too. I got to it too soon, and that's why I had to cover. But then I saw that second bottom, and then like that led to that potential, breakout. And so I was doing the same thing here, to where I'm just like, hey, I see it forming. I see other factors that complement my theory. I'm like, it's about to happen, but I'm in the video, so and covered all my gains for a $2,000 win, and took 3 trades. This last one, it's a little greedy, but this statistics say that it's supposed to go higher, and so I still think there's more reward in this. And if I can't get it here, I'm trying to get it over here. Might even have to wait till tomorrow, but who knows? But other than that, that's all I have for you guys. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe, and check out my YouTube channel if you want to see more stuff like this. And here comes the FOMO in my face, because this is taking off without me. But it's gonna be fine. That's annoying. But it's fine because if let's think about it. I wanted to go in at something 20. So that would have been, it found support at 620. So it's already at 7.8. Hold on. Do you realize what that means? This thing just did a full candle of $1.20. Well, it's a 3 million float, I think. But bro, like, I'm just thinking about, don't calculate. Do not calculate how much money you could make. That's how you it makes tomorrow's trade harder. Okay, yeah, that's enough of that. That's all I really wanted to show you. Yeah, and also listen to the advice at the end. Don't calculate it. If you make a mistake or you make a miss on a trade and stuff like that, as soon as you calculate it, that's where you're starting the process of festering on the idea or festering on your mistake. And that's like equivalent to going to bed thinking about your mistake and then waking up pissed. You don't want to do that in trading. Your focus and your ability to come back to balance is going to be your biggest ally in your trading. On that note, I think I'll just do like a very light recap of what I said earlier. Pretty much this was a bounce short. I can do it in here. Okay, so with the LGVN, I saw this look similar to PPSI, and in terms of that, it just had a range, had a pullback, came back up, pulled back, and then had a range again, and then slowly dips after creating another top. So in this case, created new highs, and then pulled back, created new highs, then pulled back. But PPSI, which is the older one, it created new highs, pulled back, created new highs, pulled back like slightly, and then created new highs, pulled back. Then you can tell that the momentum's like gone at this point, and it's creating those lower highs, and that's where if you really wanted to, you could have shorted into that. But this is more like hindsight. But recognizing like this kind of price action, and then like within the same area of like market cap, float, and stuff like that, and you'll recognize that this will do something really similar because people remember this in recent history because this was only on the 8th and this is the 18th, 10 days later. And so hopefully that helps you with something. Last thing I just want to say is like I made 2,000 on this and then lost 720 seconds before the close just because I stared way too deeply into the stock. And you can see that here where, yeah, I lost 700 here. And like, there's legit no reason to trade. But this is one of those like lapse in judgment / you can't fight your curiosity kind of thing. It was legit a 20-second trade that I'm going to have to pay back like tomorrow. And so other than that, hope you found something useful in this video. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.